Oh no. Oh god. Oh, this is gonna hurt, isn't it?
It's coming.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh god.
Night. Don't get stung. Don't get stung.
Oh my god.
They buffed me, Grim. They buffed the shit out of me.
Dude, they did. They buffed me. They made you broken. That's what they did.
Yeah, that's...
What's up, guys? GrimXV here, and welcome back to episode 3 of our PvP Blueprint series. For those just joining us, in this series, we start from scratch and cover everything you need to improve and excel at PvP. So if you're completely new or thinking about getting into PvP for the first time, I highly recommend you start with episode 1. That said, in today's episode, we'll be talking about blood archetypes, combos and trading, the importance of tempo and veil attacks, and by popular request, I've also included some fights with live commentary. Let's dive in.
Invigorating.
Now that we've talked about all the different weapons and spells you can choose from, it's time to get into blood types. Choosing which blood to run in Vrising is the closest thing to choosing a class in the game. Thinking of them in this way may also help you narrow down your options for the new blood mixing feature. Each blood has up to 5 unlockable traits that depend on the percent quality of the blood obtained. Capturing a mob with 80% or higher will give you the tier 1 through tier 3 traits, while 90 or higher will get you up to tier 4, and 100% will get you up to tier 5. When mixing blood, you'll take 2 different blood types and then put them into the homogenizer as a primary or secondary blood. You'll keep all the traits of the primary blood, but you'll only keep the tier 4 and one more selected trait from the secondary blood. Now, there's a number of different combinations you can do, and it's actually such an extensive topic that I've done an entire video on it. So, instead of getting granular in this video, I'll just tell you which category each blood type falls into. Worker blood and creature blood can be viewed as the PvE blood types, with worker centered around farming workable nodes, and creature centered around grinding mobs. Warrior, brute, and rogue make up the physical blood types, with warrior and rogue being pretty much just as their names imply, with brute being the tank option. Scholar, Draculin, and mutant are the caster blood types. In this patch, Scholar can be thought of as the defensive caster, Draculin the offensive, and mutant is based around minions and ultimates. That just leaves us with corrupted blood. This is a high-risk, high-reward blood that can be used in a secondary role for pretty much any archetype other than tank. There are some interesting pairings you can do, and players are just now beginning to figure all these out. If you're curious about these or other popular blood combinations, I'll leave some useful links in the description below. Combos are a huge, yet not strictly necessary part of Vrising. When you boil it down, Vrising is a game of trades. When understanding this, combos actually fall into just 2 categories: quick trades and high damage setups. An example of a quick trade would be something like Greatsword Q into Macy or Sword E into Reaper Q. Both options are strong and relatively free trades that place you at range for follow-up autos or an escape opportunity. An example of a damage setup would be a hard CC or endcap into a high damage ability like Spear Q, a spell, or both. There's a ton of different weapon and spell combo synergies, but to get you started with the weapons, I've put together this spreadsheet. To offer a brief explanation, the sheet is read from left to right and is color-coded based on whether I believe a combo has a place in PvP or not. The green and red are self-explanatory, while the yellows are combos that can be useful but typically have better alternatives for either damage or utility. Landing combos is my favorite thing to do and looks pretty fancy, but it's not always optimal. Choosing to do these at the wrong time or distance can leave you defenseless and at the mercy of your enemy. So, how do you decide which one to go for and when? Well, this actually isn't as hard as you might think. Once you're comfortable with your weapon loadout and understand your damage and utility options, you just have to wait for or force them to burn their defenses. Now, you can do this by cancel faking or dashing in aggressively, but the easiest way is to just pepper them with auto attacks. Autos, especially at mid and long range, make up a large part of damage applied during a fight. They aren't just something you can ignore anymore, given how much damage and utility they have. When considering weapon infusions, artifacts, and now even weapon coatings, you'll also see that the Frost and Illusion Magic schools are powerful tools for combo play. Weaving all these things together can lead to some crazy damage and lockdown potential. Now, to explain a bit, both of us are using high combo focused builds and are fishing for the perfect moment to throw them out. Reg's build is probably the best example I can give of just how far you can push combo play, but this also has its weaknesses, namely cleansing and high tempo builds. When I say tempo, I'm not just talking about the pace of the fight. Well, I am, but it's more than that. Stick with me. For Vrising, I want you to think of this as an almost catch-all term that embodies things like CDR management, spacing, and overall mindful gameplay. By the way, for those unfamiliar with those concepts, I cover them pretty thoroughly in my Vrising Vet video. To help you understand tempo or how mindful gameplay impacts you, we're going to look at some more live commentary. Alright, so Harold wants to fight here. Now, just like before, we're going to kind of take our time. At first, we're going to start slow with the...
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Ranged weapon.
Remember me?
You win.
I do. Actually, do you care if you're in a video? I'm trying to explain what I'm doing as I'm fighting. It's very difficult.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
I am washed and rusty as fuck, so this will be funny.
It's no worries, man. We're all learning, so I'm just trying to make it educational. So just fight like normal, and if I get owned, I get owned.
Go ahead.
In the first rounds, you'll see me get outpaced pretty heavily with his whip play and well-timed bell attacks. He's able to aggressively push in and confidently outtrade me because his build is more fluid than mine. Now let's watch as I gradually find out what I'm doing wrong and adjust to shift things more and more in my favor. But it is going to be hard to land the combo. Alright. He is doing a lot of damage as well, just with that whip. Alright. So we shielded there to deny his dash auto. Alright. Now we're just playing safe here. We have the HP advantage, so we don't really need to go in super heavily. And as you see there, I got punished for doing it even though I said we didn't need to. So this is not looking too good. Yeah, so we did. Die there. So yeah, right as I said, we didn't need to go in and pressure anything. That's why I died, because I did. Alright, so he was trying to line up a spear. He's got no spear here. He has nothing. His counter should be back up. Man, this is really difficult to derate as I'm doing this. Maybe I'll just do a voiceover. Alright. I'm gonna keep pushing through this, guys, just because I know you guys wanted the live action kind of playthrough. Alright, so we got feared because we popped his Aegis. His counter is gonna be back up just now, so I'm gonna dash bait it. There we go, got the freeze. Gonna do the... Did not get the combo because his Aegis feared me. But he is still taking a ton of damage. Now we're gonna slasher that. I didn't adjust my aim properly. We did catch him in the corpse though. Alright, he's gonna start to be aggressive here. He wants the dash to heal. We're not gonna give it to him though. We're just gonna play range. Now we're gonna ult because he's gonna dash in and we catch him. Okay.
This. Fucking things coming at me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty wild, man. I haven't played around with them much, but I don't know, they're wild. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with them though.
Yeah, I mean the bonuses the blood gives you, like 12% move speed, 18 attack speed.
Yeah.
It should be cracked, and I can counter myself. But oh man, it's hard to play.
So I see that he does not have weapon coatings on, and I do, so that kind of puts me at an advantage. I don't know if it's like a unspoken rule to not use them. Alright, so I held my pistol there anticipating his counter, but he did not counter. I think we're going to take a lot of damage here, but as long as he's slow to react, we should win. Space just enough on the end there to deny his veil. Again, it's a veil battle. You want to make sure you get yours off while denying his. Of course, he hits me right as I say that. Alright, so he is kicking my ass a little bit with that. Alright. So it is difficult to talk through, but hopefully you're starting to get the picture here, at least a little bit. Alright, so we got our combo. He should take damage here. The reason we did not go for the push off the end is because we wanted to get him stuck. Alright, we had to ice block that. Alright, and that's the fight. So what I'm trying to do here is set up traps because it hurts to be aggressive because he has the whip, which is out-tempoing me. We dash traded there, didn't get the land though, but neither did he. His dash is coming up pretty quick. Alright. Gonna go back in here, get this. Freeze, or not freeze. There we go. His shield broke there, got me. We're gonna ult him, forces him to dash. We're gonna start to just up our tempo gradually here, see what we can get done. Now, not having the sword on my bar is, for situations like that, is why I'm considering putting it back. Because there's just a lot of times where I could punish something and I'm just not because I don't have it. So it is rough. I meant to do a spear Q there, a fat fingered. Alright, I'm gonna start to, I think I've got his build figured out a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna wait for his, oh shit, I went frog for him there, I think. Denied his auto. Really not finding the range I need for my veils here. Wow, that hurt. Alright, so the whip is still a problem, as you can see with the attack speed. So we're gonna have to find some different combos here to work because what we're doing is not working. Mistiming that. We're gonna ult. Did not get it. We're gonna start to play with the whip a little bit too here if we can. Doesn't look like we can much. He's just doing a ton of damage to us for pretty much free right now. Oh, you know what? Actually, we need to start cancel faking. We're dying because we're not cancel faking his blood counter. Okay. Dodge that. We're just playing space here. We don't have any cooldowns. We should be able to turn this fight around. He's a little flustered. There we go. Into this, into that. Pistol. Place the trap. Dash. And he got it on the dash in the end because he was invisible.
I almost threw that.
But we almost outplayed it.
Freezes.
Alright, so there we go. We're gonna get our heal here. Okay. Missing our pistol. We're dashing late and he's still getting the bonuses there. Okay. All right, so I think we're gonna start to try to pressure hard here. It's hard to explain why. Oh man, but see, this makes it hard even with those, because even if I know not to hit it, he's got those come through that pops it. It's actually a pretty good build. It's the second person I've seen make this build really shine with these things. Okay, we're catching him in that. That goes through. There we go. Alright, he's gonna come in. We're gonna do this. He should look to dash in here. Yeah. Alright, we got him in that. We're gonna do this. Could not get that off. Alright, he should have his blood right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, he got his health orb. I was gonna say that should have been the fight, but as long as we deny the health orb here, we'll have another chance. There it is. Alright, so what do I need to do here? Alright, so we burned that, so we're going to get a little bit more aggressive here. There we go. He's got his blood right back up here. I knew it. I tried to cancel my auto, but I couldn't. I'm going to deny his. Pop the slow, it's snare. There we go. Alright. He should be frozen, but he cleansed it. Alright, yeah. We're starting to vibe a little bit. Sidestepped his Veil. Gonna throw that out because he's in the corner. Time that, and then he's gone. Alright, so we're starting to get it. It's coming online. Let's keep going a few more here. Alright, so he has put on coatings now, so it is an even fight. Alright, so he's propped my counter here. He's gonna dash. He's gonna roll. He's got nothing up. I'm gonna stun, do this. I'm gonna ult because I have nothing up. He's gonna ult as well. He's gonna dash in. We're gonna freeze him. We're gonna do this. We're gonna follow it up. Oh, I couldn't hit that, but there we go. I almost tried to, almost got the follow up I needed. He's gonna dash soon. There we go. Alright, now I procced his invis. That's not good. And he's got me in a corner here. Okay, there we go. Got the freeze, end cap, that, and that should be the fight. Alright, so we have figured it out. Alright, so you can see him now. He's starting to do what I was doing. He's trying to take it slow, try out some different tactics. Tried to go for the greatsword Q to cut off his spear Q, but he got it out first. Dashed in there. His counter should be back up soon. There it is. Push him away. We're going to try to greatsword follow up. We landed our Veil auto, so that's good for us. Now you see his blank HP bar. I am trying to whittle that down as much as possible and as safely as possible. Alright, he did a great job of dodging with his E there. We're going to do the same thing. Dodge the pop. Get our pistol here. He's dodging my dodge. I'm going to combo off that. Then I'm going to do a ult here. He's going to walk just barely back in range. Dash off his dash. Good ult by him, but he did miss the mark there. We're going to come here to a whip. Whip. Barely dodged his Veil attack. Alright. We don't really need to force the issue. I shouldn't have dashed in there. What I should have done is just played passive and thrown out a corpse explosion or a twin blade Q. Alright, so he's going to switch up his blood. So as you see there, we were getting really overwhelmed at first, and it is going to take time for you to kind of get used to whoever you're fighting. I probably won't use all of these fights because it is quite a lot, but I will use, I guess, the most relevant ones where I have decision making or where his pressure kind of overflows me so you can see my mistakes. But that is kind of like the whole shebang in the nutshell, what I'm thinking, what I'm considering. Now he's coming in with a potentially different build. Okay, now he's got same build here, just different blood. He's running brute now, so he's going to be a lot tankier. And he does have cleanses. We're going to push him away because he wanted to auto me there. You see he used his Q for that instead. We're going to max damage. He held his Q, good for him. We traded. Going to get a snare. He's going to dash. No dash, there's his dash now. We're going to E off this. We missed the timing, but we dodged his ult. Alright, got him in a freeze here. We're just going to give him one pop. Alright, so he's down on cooldowns. We're going to wait for this. Reaper Q him away from me. Push him away. Alright, so he is down his Veil. He still has that. That's why we waited. Now he is down his E, so we can just walk forward here. There we go. Got him snared. And we're just playing in range right now. We don't need to like be super aggressive. He's got his dash. We're going to dodge. Block that. He has no counter up, but we're just going to go in and ult anyway. He's frozen, so we're going to freeze, pop that, and that. Oh, he had his counter just in time. Okay. We're going to stop his dash engage with E, and then that should finish the fight. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut it there, guys. Kind of shows you what I'm considering in the moment, what he does and doesn't have. As you can see, I'm pretty on point with what I'm tracking. Now he does want to go again here. He's eager, but I'm going to tell him I'm going to stop after this. Alright, so we waited there to get the second pistol, and then we dash so that our twin blade would connect with them. We're going to Q this. So we dodged some of it there. He's waiting for his dash. He waited and got his Veil auto off there, so very good by him. We're going to have to Q this. We're going to ult this to still take some damage away. Hit him with that on the range, do an auto. Now we did manage to kind of just lead him into a setup there. As you can see, I'm just playing this kind of slow, sidestepping his ult. Alright, he's dashing back in. And see, notice what's happening here. He's just like on a timer. he's kind of on a timer, just doing things based on flow because he doesn't have a for sure answer. We're gonna freeze, auto, auto. And I did not have anything up there. Gonna wait for this and just Q him. He wants the orb, he got it. Alright, so he is actually starting to own me in these quick trades now. He's doing a lot of damage to me. Alright, so I've got to be careful here. Alright, so there's his dash. He waited. I did manage to get out, so that's going to finish it. Alright, so I'm going to call it there, guys. Hopefully you got to see what I'm explaining. I know that is very, very fast paced for some of you. You're probably like, what the hell? How are you tracking all that in real time? But it's one of those things that just does come with experience. Now, I'm probably going to talk about this in the video, but one of the reasons why I know what I can and can't do as far as combos is just from repetition with my build. Like, I know what my answers are in short range, I know what my answers are at mid range, long range, so at every stage in the fight it just allows me to focus on what he has up and what I need to do to kind of overcome that. As you can see, veil attacks are also a huge part of PvP whenever you get into close combat, so just something to be mindful of. But yeah, we're gonna get back to the main part of the video. As you can see, I'm able to gradually control my opponent and better time his defensives because of how I'm controlling my own play. I struggled so much in the beginning because I didn't fully understand how his build matched up against mine. Learning how your build matches up against others will help you build your toolkit of quote-unquote answers to the situations you find yourself in. This is exactly why practice servers like the Arena are so impactful for improvement. I know I've thrown a lot at you today, but if there's one thing to take away from this entire series, it's that you need to be landing and denying veil attacks. This is the #1 way to keep yourself at a health advantage in a fight, and in a lot of cases can ultimately be the deciding factor. The most basic ways to do this are dash trading and saving your defensive ability for when they engage. Just about every player has an HP threshold where they start to panic and become more prone to mistakes, so getting better at winning the battle for veil autos will drastically improve your win rate. And that is going to do it for the video, guys. It's bittersweet, but I think we're probably just one video away from finishing this series. Next time we'll get into topics like open world PvP and teamfight mentality. So if you're enjoying this series, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. This is GrimXV, signing off.